Hi, students. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim or Cimnanya, and thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. So, you all remember that Sheila Jackson Lee passed, I think, July 19, and I actually saw a lot of Black people posting her and that morning and talking about how great of a person she was and all that. And she also was Joe Biden's support. Like she was supporting Joe Biden, right? So when she passed, somebody, Laura Loomer, took to Twitter, right, X, to tweet and said that Sheila Jackson Lee died from a bad case of Trump derangement syndrome. Somebody just passed, right? And all you could do was to bring something like this to Twitter. All right. So when that hit the internet, right, Black people started reacting to it. They did not like what she said. And Thomas Bishop was addressing what she said. And, like, he was saying that all the time he all tell us that you people are not racist, but we all can see it from the lenses. And to my greatest surprise, another Black man left what Laura Loomer said. And now he is attacking Thomas Bishop. Why? Because he talked about race. Interesting, really. Let's get into this video.
I need this to be completely understood. I need to make sure that my words have no ambiguity about them whatsoever. Laura Loomer is part of the Republican Party, and therefore, don't ever tell me the Republicans aren't racist. Don't. Shut the fuck up. Keep that shit to your motherfucking self. Laura Loomer is an outright fucking loon and a goddamn racist. And she's a part of the Republican Party. She's not supporting any Democrats. The bitch ain't standing next to Jill Stein. She is a fucking Republican. And as long as this bitch is saying shit like this, don't you ever fucking tell me, well, the Republicans aren't the party of racism. Get the fuck out of my face. Get the fuck out of my face. Again, I want to make sure you hear me when I say this. This is Laura Loomer, the one standing next to Marsha fucking Blackburn, a fucking senator from Tennessee. And this is the shit that Laura Loomer likes to say. Look up. Look all the way up at the top. Do not fucking tell me that the Republican Party does not have racists in it, and some of those racists have voices and are allowed to be next to people who are in charge or are part of the Republican fucking Party. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to fucking hear it. You can't explain these two. And this is just the shit. You know what? Obviously, motherfuckers need more proof. Okay. This is from my good friend and my sister, Tabitha. This was on her fucking Instagram page. If you go, she has this up, and I'm going to show you both of them. Yesterday, we lost Texas Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee, an icon, not only in her district in Texas, but in the Black community as a whole. She is a queen mother. She served this country honorably as a congresswoman. She passed away after a long bout with cancer, I believe. Her last tweet was in support of Joe Biden. The very last tweet that Sheila Jackson Lee put on this earth was in support of Joe Biden and against Donald Trump. Above Sheila Jackson Lee's last tweet is what Laura Loomer put over on X, gonna give it to you in the Twitter. This is the first part. Sheila Jackson Lee died from a bad case of Trump derangement syndrome. There was no cure. It gets worse, and then you will understand why I'm saying this about this dumb bitch. This is what else she said. I want you to read it very closely, pay very close attention to that very first line. That there's no ambiguity. so that there's no ambiguity, so that there's no shock, there's no, oh my God, that's not true. Please understand, Laura Loomer ran as a Republican in Florida and lost. Because didn't nobody want her brand of fucking crazy along with Lauren Boebert and Lauren Boebert, Matt Gaetz, and fucking Marjorie Taylor Greene. And then the bitch said that somebody stole her fucking election. Nobody stole her election. She's just an unpopular fucking candidate. Well, now the crazy QAnon bitch is going all the way full goddamn nut job racist. And she's a Republican. Now, do I believe every single Republican is a racist? No, I don't. I've met far too many fucking Republicans who are smart, intelligent, and don't believe in that bullshit. But I will tell you this. All the racists are Republicans. All of them. If you think a party that features dynamic voices, diverse voices, members of the LGBTQIA plus, black women, and this, that, and the third is going to attract a bunch of fucking white racists, you out of goddamn mind. They're going to go where they feel fucking comfortable. They're going to the Republican Party. Laura Loomer is a racist Republican. And at some point, somebody needs to say something about that. They do. Because this bitch is out here losing her motherfucking mind. Losing her mind. I get it. First Amendment. Understand it. Perfect. Got it. But what I don't like is no consequences. I don't like no consequences. I'm sorry. I got caught cheating. There were consequences. There. I'm being honest. I got caught cheating. There was consequences to my actions. Why is Laura Loomer allowed to say this shit without somebody within the GOP saying, hey, bitch, shut your stupid ass up? Why? Why is it always incumbent on people that she is attacking to be the ones to attack back? Why? You mean to tell me you are a rock rib, solid fucking Republican? You believe in Republican values, not that family values, Christian, evangelical, Taliban bullshit. You believe in the ideas of limited government, fiscal responsibility, and things of that nature. You are a rock rib Republican. And you hear this goofy bitch out here or see this bitch tweeting this stupid shit. You mean to tell me you're not going to say something about it? Really? Are you fucking with me right now? Are you kidding me? So I'm going to say this one more goddamn time. Laura Loomer is a racist, a pure, unadulterated, old school Bull Connor racist. She's also a fucking Republican. She is under the GOP banner. Straight up. And if you can get offended anytime you hear a leftist, a liberal, a progressive, or a Democrat say any goddamn thing, calling you deplorables, these people have low IQs and things of that nature. If you can hear that and get fucking offended and not get offended by this shit, your ass thinks just like she does. In which case, you're a fucking racist too. Like birds of a feather and shit. Okay? I want to make sure we understand this so that there's no ambiguity about it. Laura Loomer is a racist Republican. Somebody in the GOP should say something about it. You know, I tried to give you some grace. I did. That's why I put them question marks underneath this comment. Because I wanted to make sure you were either talking to me or Laura Loomer. So now I realize you were talking to me and you were talking about 400 years ago and shit like that. You are a black man. And you are walking your stupid ass out here this goddamn uninformed. This is the most ridiculous shit I've ever seen in my life. There's a couple of things in life I absolutely cannot stand. And one of them is a black person with knowledge who can see and hear, who can read, and who can Google, that still tries to pretend like everything is A-O-fucking-K. You made this comment on a video where I literally showed you the outright racism of one Laura Loomer. And rather than you looking at that and going, God damn, we still have a very far way to go, you want to come at me with this shit. This isn't going to be pleasant for you, so just throwing it out there. Do you know why we still talk about race? I think I've said this before, but it bears repeating. Because the problem never got solved in the first place. It never did. That's why somebody like Laura Loomer can go out there and say the bullshit that she says while your stupid ass is over here asking me this dumbass question. There's a fucking raging fucking forest fire in front of you. Raging. I have 2 fire extinguishers. And your dumbass is asking me, why am I always fighting fires? While there's some bullshit behind you. You don't get it, and I don't think you ever will, but that's perfectly fine, whatever. Understand something. The day America deals with its fucking racist history is the day we stop talking about it. But I'm pretty sure they won't, because they have useful idiots like you saying shit like this. Okay? Why is it incumbent on me to forget the past? Why do I have to? Why? People say all the time, well, what can we do going forward to fix it? Well, for starters, talking about the past actually helps. It does. Because you know what you get when you don't talk about the fucking really nasty ass, really brutal racist history of this country? Laura fucking Loomer. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Because had nobody said shit, if no black person had said anything, we just tried to see whether or not Kendrick's album dropped, do you think Laura Loomer would have stopped calling fucking Representative Sheila Jackson Lee a ghetto bitch? Do you think it would have stopped her from saying that if Vice President Kamala Harris gets elected, that Ebonics will be the language of America? Do you think that would have stopped her from saying that shit? No, it wouldn't have. But the moment it's brought to people's attention, like, see, you hear what the bitch saying? The words are right there. Here you come. Why can't y'all stop talking about race? Why don't you take your monkey ass over there and tell that to Laura Loomer? Why you gotta come to me? Why? Why do you require me not to say shit about something I can fucking see with my own 2 eyes and hear with my own 2 ears? Why? Again, I don't play bigger man. I don't have to. You want me to stop talking about fucking race in America? Okay, then address it. Head up. Head the fuck up. Straight up. No sneak dissing. No. Straight up. We started 1619, work our way up. Oh, I'm sorry. That was so long ago, right? Okay. You want to talk about 1865 to 1965? Oh, let me guess. I was never No, I just so happened to be born in 71. 3 years after fucking Martin Luther King was killed. You remember how he died, right? Peacefully in his sleep? Oh, that's right. That's not how that happened. And exactly, what are you getting out of this? What are you getting out of this? Because let's just break it down to brass tacks. Let's just get down to brass fucking tacks. They don't like you either. They don't like you either. You understand that, right? The same people that cultivated the Laura Loomers don't like your motherfucking ass. They don't. Being one of the good ones don't mean shit to these people. They don't. They will turn on you at a drop of a fucking dime. And then guess what? You gonna be begging somebody that looks like you to say something about it. The very first moment you meet because obviously you must not have ever been called the N-word by white folk. I have. But anyway, the very moment you meet that very first person, white guy, you have an argument with, traffic thing, whatever, and you get called the N-word and followed by a couple of his friends also saying it, you're going to be begging me to talk about it. Begging. First time you go to one of these nice ass down south country restaurants and they say we don't serve the N-words, look at Alabama. It just recently happened. You're going to be begging somebody like me to say something about it.
You could be reaching out, hey brother. I'm sorry, I'm reaching out to you. I know we had our differences in the past, but I just experienced racism and these white people, and you want me to deal with it? Oh shit, that would require me to. Oh, wait a minute. I might have to talk about race, wouldn't I? In America's racist history. You not so far out the pot, home. You're not. So here's some instructions I have for you. You can take this as however you want. Call it villainous critique. Okay? Number one, you need to go say this shit to Laura Loomer. Don't say it to me. I didn't call Representative Lee a ghetto bitch. I didn't say that Ebonics would be spoken if we just so happen to elect a black woman president of the United States. I ain't the one that said it. All I did was draw attention to it. So you need to take this and say it to her. And number two, remember what the fuck you are. Yeah, you want to, get in good. That's fine. Yeah, upward mobility and what have you. But please don't forget where the fuck you are and where you are. Don't. Because the absolute very moment you experience the shit that I'm talking about, that you're telling me is all I talk about, the very moment it happens to you, you're going to be crying your motherfucking ass off. You're going to be looking for Black Lives Matter to protest for you. You see what they did to me? To which I'm going to recite this to you. And I'm going to tell you, walk your monkey ass on. Fresh out, home. Got nothing for you. You didn't want to deal with the problem when I was talking about it to Laura Loomer. But now because it happened to you, all of a sudden you want, what? Some help? Don't be mad because I'm aware. Do I think this country is great? I think it can be. But the first way it can be great is when it addresses its past. Nothing gets better by ignoring it. Nothing. And whether it's a black voice, a black man voice, or a black woman voice, a black gay voice, or a black they voice, no matter where the fuck it comes from, it's still there. Just like the history of mistreatment of Mexican immigrants, just like the mistreatment of Jewish people, just like the mistreatment of Italian people, like the mistreatment of Irish people, just like the mistreatment, the continued mistreatment of Native and Indigenous people, just like the mistreatment of LGBTQIA plus community. These things exist because people like yourself want us not to talk about them. And that's a damn problem. We've been trying that shit since the end of the Civil fucking War. It hasn't worked yet. Maybe you should try a different approach. Talking about it. Simple asses.
So this is all I got from this video. And the truth is that this particular person, the black man that is attacking Thomas Bishop, left the woman, Laura Loomer, right? That he should be talking to, right? Because Laura Loomer said something not nice about Sheila Jackson's Lee's death, right? And how can you be mocking somebody that, how could she be that dumb to come out? This woman, Sheila was a great person. She did a great job, and not until she passed on, she died of cancer and all that. And that really put Black people into mourning, because I saw a lot of people posting how great she was till her last moment and all that. And the best Laura Loomer could do was to come out and tweet that Sheila Jackson Lee died from a bad case of trauma derangement syndrome. How could somebody come out to say something like this? And a black man is addressing what Laura Loomer did and said. And another black man actually came out to tell him that race is all you all talk about. That's all you all care about. Talk about something else. And now this is the problem. Some people are really I don't want to use dumb, but he is actually dumb. The person that tweeted this, he is really very dumb because I have seen cases where people will leave the problem because he left the real problem to attack somebody that is trying to address the problem. This is the problem we're facing. Sometimes some people are trying to make things right. Some people from somewhere are trying to make things worse. Because how does somebody from, I don't even know where this man came from and all that, how did he jump into the discussion of somebody trying to shit talk a black woman that just died? I mean, come on, we all can do better. Or are we not saying it that something is wrong with some people? How is it okay to attack the people trying to make you all say, look at what somebody is like? How is that okay? You know, I really don't understand some people's mentality and how they think. Okay, he is saying the only thing they talk about is race. Okay, I wish there is nothing like race, because if there is nothing like race, I'm sure we'll not be talking about race. But it's what we did not create that, did we? And why are people not supposed to talk about the past? Now, this is a problem I have with some people. Some people are always closed-minded, especially when it comes to the past. They don't want to talk about it. If you don't want to talk about it, that doesn't mean that other people don't want to talk about it. All right? If you don't want to talk about it, all right, fine, don't. But leave people that are talking about it because not until that is addressed, it's really crazy how this issue has not been addressed, especially when it comes to Black people, right? And I do not hear people come to tell the Jews or the Jewish to tell them don't talk about the Holocaust or how Native Americans or Asians do not talk about your history, do not talk about race and all that. It's only in Black community that each time they raise that up, you all are going against the rule or you all are being problematic and all that. But for once, has that issue ever been addressed? Of course, no, it has not been addressed. But not until that issue is being addressed. I am sure nobody would want to talk about it because the issue has been addressed. You all see other things happening, especially police brutality happening to people that look like me. And you are out there saying that we all will do is Thomas Bishop talk about is race. I mean, you all can get a grip and stop being a grifter because you are a grifter. If you come out to say something like this, you left Lauren Loomer or what her name is. Why did you not address what she said? Now you couldn't say shit. You couldn't say anything, and you are fighting the person that is trying to fight the problem. And you all should get a grip. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.